I want to kick off by asking you about the private equity space in particular, because obviously we've heard from the finance minister this morning. I spoke with the central bank governor earlier this week. Lots of talk about inflation, pressures on the Russian economy. But in terms of the investments that you guys have, particularly in the tech space and the digi space, you've been having a successful run of it over the last year. Do you see that continuing?
Yeah, I think on the inflation side, obviously I understand the concern, and it's been a great achievement that the inflation and the interest rates have been relatively low in the last several years. So it's the right focus to make sure that the stability stays, and it's very important for us for the investment climate. On the portfolio, and we've been in Russia for 27 years, we have invested in 90 companies, and primarily our focus is on technology and modern retail. And in this space, actually, despite the the various challenges, despite all of the exogenous shocks related to COVID and other things, it's actually been a very strong year for us from the portfolio point of view. I know that you had Tinkoff and Ozon on earlier today. Both our portfolio companies, and among other companies are Yandex and Avito and many of the technology leaders. And that's why we love Russia. We believe in the opportunity that Russia has creating big technology leaders. It's very unique because if you look globally in different countries, Russia is only one of probably 3 countries that has technology leaders as domestic champions. Obviously, besides US and China, Russia is very unique in this sense, and that's why we have Yandex, we have Ozon, we have Avito, we have Tinkoff, we have great businesses. And in terms of how the portfolio performed last year, we had obviously some challenges with the growth in some companies that were exposed to retail. The lockdown lasted about 2 months only, but it was still it still affected the portfolio. But overall, because many companies are exposed to very long-term secular trends, such as Ozon, for example, these trends accelerated, and essentially we had during last year, probably in some sectors, we probably had the growth accelerating probably 2 or 3 years ahead. And e-commerce is one of them, digital services, fintech, software. These are the sectors that actually performed very well. Overall, across the portfolio, we have 90% of companies in the portfolio grew by more than 20% last year, despite the challenges. Obviously, it was a hard year. Personally, it was a difficult year to manage for the portfolio. But it's overall, it was a successful year. We had 2 very successful IPOs. We took the leading Kazakhstan marketplace and fintech company Kaspi went public in London last year in October, and Ozon went public obviously last year in November, which is a great opportunity for the company to raise capital and to continue funding the growth that was accelerated by COVID.
Elena, so you're saying it was a pretty good year, obviously, for you guys in terms of those portfolio companies.
Business, yeah.
But when you think about this with regards to having your founder, Michael Calvi, still on trial in Russia, and what has been a very much watched conversation, frankly. I know that governments like the United States, the French government, have been helpful in trying to push this trial along. Where are we today?
Obviously, it's been, we've been trying to solve and work on this problem for 2.5 years. Fortunately, my colleagues, Michael Calvi and the other 6 colleagues, both from Baring Vostok team and the portfolio companies, they are now they were released from house arrest last year. It's still obviously very difficult. It's extremely unfair. We are confident our colleagues are totally innocent, but the trial continues. And we have all of the proofs, we have all of the documents proving their innocence, and we believe that in the interest of everybody, in the interest of the investment climate, in the interest of the country and the business community, for this to be resolved as soon as possible, and we hope that that will happen. And we actually had a lot of support, both from the international community, but also from the business community and the overall the society here, and we hope that will be resolved.